Probably a bad idea.
YouTube.
You're gonna be asking, where's my stuff?
What you doing, girl? Hey, why can't we be thumping the Mob Deep? Fix it.
They over here hating like I just didn't have 6 months today.
This is on yours?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm letting shit fly.
You're just letting shit fly. So the boys, we got the S10 back running, and now it's time to get caught up on shipping. So Tommy has gotten behind.
Tom's way the fuck
Behind his mic.
3X stocking t-shirt.
Tommy's way behind?
Way.
Way behind. How does that happen? We need to get him fired up or what?
He went on strike. He said we don't pay him enough.
You pay him?
3X stocking t-shirts.
Maybe that's the problem.
No, they're fucked. Oh, well, I can't say that. Sorry, I'm just gonna advance
2X
for you.
American flag hoodie.
I've been packing all night, and there's been a lot of those your F situations due to inventory concerns. We're
Right.
gonna get it fixed right up.
Oh my goodness. All right. Now we got Mob Deep thumping. So we got the truck running. I just put up a video of that. And Vicky's getting ready to go to bed. And me, June Pup, Matt, and Billy are all out here in the shop. Because Tommy is way behind on shipping. So Matt is helping me and Billy and Vicky knock out
American flag hoodie and 4X
a
stocking.
metric crap ton of orders. What's the vast majority of this? Hoodies, shirts?
Everything.
Everything. A lot of Prodigy stuff.
Really?
Yeah. That Prodigy, we're not gonna have any Prodigy stuff this weekend.
Really?
If we do, it's gonna be very little.
You're not gonna have nothing this weekend. But, extra large stock.
We got that.
All right, we'll take some questions. Everybody's on there saying Trump won. Well, hell yes, he won. Hell yes, he won. The cool test light with a meter, I bought that at like Advanced Auto Parts or something. The Falcon still has the little turbos on it. I'm not sure when we're going to get time to do that. Depends on how many times we keep breaking this thing. Can you share the new cam in the S10? I don't have the cam card. I don't even know. I know it's like a 660 lift solid roller, but as far as what the the duration and all that, I can't remember. I think it's a 116 center line. Hang on, I just had a question up here I wanted to answer. Matt and Billy, you both need to get 6L t-shirts. Mad Cow Mark is requesting 6XL t-shirts.
6X.
Oh my God. Belly goes up to 5X, I go up to 4X right now.
That'll be a
Not that many X's.
custom order. You have to custom order
that.
that.
Many X's, but not in t-shirts.
All my exes live in Texas.
Extra large.
Are y'all liking the setup on the Falcon? Yes, we love the Falcon. The Falcon is a moneymaker. The Falcon's just a little underpowered right now. It needs some bigger turbos put on it. What is the best brand of 400 block? Well, I mean, I don't know. Hell, I haven't tried every one, but we've had good luck with a Dart. This is a Dart block. This is the 15-degree motor that we just took out of the truck. That's a Dart block, and then this engine is actually a Speedmaster block, and we've had very good luck with those. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 of those now. Let's see here. George Mitchell, will upgrading the front suspension on the S10 be in the future? Why would we need to upgrade the suspension? That truck is pretty good. Yeah, the piping went right on. See, what we did was when we put the 15-degree motor in, which is right there, when we put that engine in, we bought a set of 23-degree headers exactly like these and had them modified with the spread port flange, and we made a jig off the cylinder head so that when we modified the headers, the turbos are in the exact same place regardless whether it's got a 23-degree head or the 15-degree heads, which are laying right here. So the cold side, everything is the same regardless whether it's got a 15 or 23-degree motor back in it. Is the Hemi going to stay fairly stock? For right now, we're probably just going to put a cam and lifters in it. I think that engine may have variable valve timing. We're going to do away with that. I got a hold of Nolan at Iski Cams, and we're working with him on a cam and lifter kit for the Hemi. We'll see what he comes up with for us, but I think for right now we may put it in there naturally aspirated this winter and let her get used to that and work her way up to some turbos. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's see, more questions. Let's see here. What tires should I run on a 70 El Camino, 600 horsepower? Well, I don't know what class you're running, if you're bracket racing or what, but I like Mickey Thompson's on prep track if you're looking for slicks. I like Mickey's if you're looking for radials. Yeah, the 15-degree heads are fixable. One of the heads is cracked in 3 places and torched between the 2 exhaust valves. Hang on a second, I'll show you. If you guys want to see these heads. Oh, God. Let me see, is this the bad one? That's the good one. This is the one that got tore up. Let me set it over here on the workbench. Oh! All right, so as you can see, it torched it right between the 2 exhaust valves, right between 4 and 6. So that can be welded up and fixed. Somewhere it had a crack in one of the valve seats. Oh, right there. See, it's got a crack right there in that intake valve seat. So it's got a crack there. Maybe it's just had one crack. I don't know. I'd have to look through them with my glasses on. Yeah, we can change. Timothy Fowler, why can't you change pistons? We can do that, and in fact we may do that, but I really feel like these 15-degree heads are really, really good stuff. They really should have just had steel rockers. Now keep in mind, this whole thing and these heads, we bought this stuff used, right? And I believe these heads have been on a 410 sprint car because they're machined for external fuel injectors. And Krinzers is a machine shop out of Pennsylvania that specializes in 410 sprint motors. So keep in mind that these heads have probably been around quite a while. And it's hard to tell, but they have a huge intake runner. I mean, they are massive. They're like 260 cc intake runners. And they're a really good cylinder head. My concern has always been that the deck surface may be a little thin, because you can see they've been angle milled and half the X is gone off the Brodix. You see that? So that tells me the heads have been angle milled pretty excessively. And I don't know how thick the deck surface is left on them. That's always a concern under, you know, with boost. But what caused this is most likely running it with those fuel filters plugged up. The engine kept leaning out, and I was chasing my tail trying to figure out, you know, what was going on with it. And it turns out that the fuel filters were plugged. So Billy had gotten it lean a few times and got it hot between those two exhaust ports. The heads have a plug here for external coolant bypass, and we really probably should have had that plumbed, but we didn't. But in all honesty, I mean, as long as the tune-up's right, which generally I try to keep them right, you don't really have that much trouble on methanol. But of course, when you lean one out, anything's possible. All right, so some more questions. Let's Edgewater anytime soon. I don't have any plans to go to Edgewater anytime soon. They've kind of got that deal kind of messed up down there. They're allowing test hits, and now they're prepping the track, and just not really, that's not our thing. We're more of a straight off the trailer, no prep kind of family. We don't really believe in that test hit stuff. Let's see here. No, Don DeVore, no, I did not yet get a quote on the 55. I had somebody that was going to come out to give us a quote on it, but they never came out, so I have not yet gotten a quote on painting the 55, but I'm still going to get one from somebody. Just might have to go to a different body shop. James Davis, estimated horsepower, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it'll probably make at least 1,300 to 1,500. Michael Smith, yes, we're going to keep the 15-degree block, but I'm going to take that head up to Bob, and I'm sure it can be fixed. But as long as they can fix this one 15-degree head, we'll probably go ahead and put a set of 15-degree flat top pistons in that. Because these chambers are only like 49 cc's. They're very, 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 very small chambered heads. So on a 400 cubic inch short block with flat tops, 2 valve relief, the compression will be pretty high with these heads. The Falcon will get new turbos as soon as we get time to work on it. We've got, I don't know, we've got 2 or 3 different sets of turbos laying around here. Possibility of the 15-degree motor going in my Nova, I don't know. I'll tell you what, that is probably not, honestly. Probably not a possibility. I don't know. See, this engine has a Calais Dragon Slayer crank and Oliver rods in it, and it's a standard bore dart block. So this is like our very, 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 very best short block. It's Jessel belt driven cam. It's like all the good stuff. All our best stuff is in this. So if we do anything at all, we'll probably put a flat top piston back in this with the 15-degree heads and make that our good motor. And then back here, we've got a brand new dart block in this box. And then there's a short block laying there underneath that hooker headers box that has a wounded dart block that's not fixable. At least I don't think it's fixable. But it's got a good rotating assembly in it. It's got a Molnar crank and rods. That was originally a Shaffer-off short block out of this truck. So what we plan to do is take that rotating assembly out of that, put a new set of pistons in it because it's a flat top motor now. Probably put 13 to 1s in that and put that rotating assembly in that block, and then that'll be our new 23-degree motor for this. This 23-degree motor is actually Tommy's. It's a 421. So is Billy's big block going to be in the shop soon? Let me ask him. I think that engine's on the dyno. Hey, is your big block done yet?
Yeah, it's done.
The big block is done. Has it been on the dyno and fired yet?
It's been on a run stand. Yeah.
Okay, so it does run. It's the big block for the Nova is done. We just don't have it here yet. Well, cousin Eddie. They're asking if cousin Eddie is a tax dependent yet.
I think this answers itself.
Is the dually hood fixing underneath the hood heat problem? Yes, it has definitely helped.
Why is everybody so concerned about the dually?
Everybody loves the race dually, except for you and your mom.
I never saw it.
Oh. The built to the max small block is still at Uncle Bob's. Uncle Bob got sick for about 2 months. He was very, 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 very sick, and now he's backed up quite a bit. I need to go up there and see Uncle Bob because I haven't seen him in a while. He's asked me to come up there and see him and help him get started on that 350. What engine is on the stand behind Billy? That is the old 355 for the 71 C10. The blue S10 is in chassis prison. That's a good question as to why. I'd rather not talk about it. That gets me aggravated. I did hear that the cage is done in it now, but it's still got a lot of work left to do. It's still got to get the hot side and the cold side done, and the rear mount radiator and all that stuff. What's that? AJ said he was mounting the turbos on the blue S10 today. So Tommy's truck evidently is moving forward. Does Billy plan on racing the Nova instead of the truck? No. No. The Nova, we intend to run front side of the track, no prep, mostly. We would street race the Nova at maybe like the pad or someplace like that. But the truck will be our back into the track, street race. In all honesty, the truck does really good on the front side too. But no, we're going to continue to race the truck and the Nova. The plastics for the Banshee have been long gone. Everett Watterson, you're asking about the old blue plastics off his Banshee. They're gone. They're long gone. Yeah, we'll get on that C10 someday. Billy's Nova is a small tire car but it can fit about any tire he wants to put underneath of it. He can put bigs on it, but it's currently set up for like a 29.5 tire. Brandon, the truck is this truck is a 1988. Billy's truck is a 1988. Tommy's is a 93. Chase, we're going to a rear mount radiator in Tommy's truck because Tommy's truck is not going to be on methanol. Tommy's truck will be on E85, and instead of having the radiator up front, it'll have an intercooler where the radiator goes. So that's why we're putting the radiator in the back of Tommy's truck rather than the way we've done it with Billy's. Billy's truck is on methanol. It does not have an intercooler. NC Gunner, where do we get signed posters? Never seen them on the website. The srcphotos.com is where you can get all the posters. That's Tommy and Allison's website. They take care of all the posters. Let's see. Does the Falcon have a 5.3 block? No, the Falcon is a half-filled 6.0 block. Is Billy going to run no prep Kings? Most likely not. That's way out of our wheelhouse. Those guys are way too fast for us, unless it's small tire. We've already raced John from LS Nasty a couple times, I think. The Nova will be fuel injected. Team 818. The Nova will be fuel injected. In fact, that's the only reason we don't have the engine here yet is because Billy sent the intake to have injector bungs welded in it, or the engine shop did, I should say.
American flag shirt.
Nope. Nope. Yes.
Does that truck run? Yes. We just got it fired up tonight.
Yeah, I see.
The John Deere hubcaps came from the John Deere dealer. They're asking about the chrome hubcaps on my lawn tractor.
Legally blind.
It is, actually.
Yeah. Do that.
Keith S. 12.5 to 1, 357 with Dart 215s, 270-ish at 50 solid roller, 3,500 stall.
There's more to a conversion than stall speed.
So I can tell you from firsthand knowledge of a 12.5 to 1, 357 with 215 cc heads and a 270-ish solid roller, a 3,500 stall is nowhere near what it's going to require. I had one. Needs to stall about 6,000 to 5,800, and it needs to have 456 or 488 gears in it if you're going to run it naturally aspirated. I had a 12.5 to 1, 357 in my Nova for over 10 years with about that same deal. It ran 1057 was the fastest. 357 in a full weight 71 Nova with a power glide and 488s went 1057 and a quarter. Why don't you go ahead and put EFI on Billy's truck? Because I like to make people cry. I like to make people cry. Iski is still working on camshafts for us. They're just way backed up, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. When will you start on the Hemi Dart? The Hemi Dart deal, we'll probably get started on that this winter. Allison's dad is planning on putting the engine down in the car for us. He was here today checking the engine out, and actually Tommy just hauled the Hemi over to Allison's dad's place to unload it tonight off the dually.
4X Prodigy.
Yeah.
We have everything except the 4X Prodigy.
Look at this pile of stuff here that, oh my God.
I can fulfill everything with the Prodigy. Right
Yeah, I would do that because we've got everything. But you said a 5X Prodigy.
So if you guys have been waiting on your stuff, if you've had orders and you're not getting your order, you can hate on Tommy for that. What got you into drag racing? My dad had that 55 Chevy. Oh my gosh, let's see here. What else? Where is Molly? Molly's at home in bed, most likely. I don't really have any interest in racing anymore myself. I don't really have much interest in racing anymore myself. I raced every weekend. I raced every week, every day of the week that I could race for a long, long time. And in all honesty, I enjoy helping my kids and enjoy watching them succeed. And I just, my focus right now is on the future and what we need to accomplish here. I don't really have time to worry about myself and worry about my own car and all that. My focus is primarily on what we need to accomplish here, what we need to accomplish as far as getting another shop built. We need to get, not so much a shop, but we need a storage building to put all these cars in. And I had hoped to have that started already, but I was after Billy over a year ago to get started on that, and just things didn't work out. Let's see, what do we got here? Have you guys ever raced at Shady Side? We have never been to Shady Side. Betty White Racing, we'd love to go to Shady Side. Also, when are you guys coming back to English Mountain? I don't know. We love English Mountain. We like to go to English Mountain in the fall when the leaves are changing. So that could happen sometime soon. When are you coming to Wisconsin? God, I don't know. That sounds like a summertime trip. David Hogan, watching you guys build and race this stuff has inspired me and my younger son to build an S10 starting from scratch. That's awesome. I would love for everyone to have the opportunity that I have had with my kids. I wish that was if I had one wish, that's something I would like to wish for, is that everybody get the opportunity that I've had with my kids. Let's see here, what do we got going on? Going to Marion tomorrow night. Yes, we will be at Marion tomorrow night testing. We'll be testing the new engine in the S10. Gibby Gibson, Bill, you love every aspect of the racing you and your family does. It shows. It's cool to watch. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yes, I am very blessed. Who cuts a better light, Tommy or Billy? Right now, Billy does. Tommy used to be a lot better. Tommy hasn't been driving in a while, and he's a little rusty. Do you guys do YouTube as a full-time job? Basically, yes. I've retired. Aiden Franklin, to answer your question, yes, I have retired from excavating. I now do YouTube full-time and help my kids. This is my full-time job. That's why I knock a video out. I try to knock a video out every single day. That is my job. That is my job, is to help promote my kids and help them financially and keep a shop here up and running, and provide some kind of a home base for what we're doing. Dustin G, thank you very much. Good luck this weekend. Hope things fast and smooth. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. see here. From New Zealand, enjoy your channel. Keep up the great content. Thank you. Steve Speak, we don't like to go to Berkeley Springs, honestly. The guy that is in charge of that airport over there, I can't stomach that guy. I don't want to put a single red cent in his pocket. That guy, I don't like him. Allison's new Hemi needs the hand-me-down turbos off the Falcon. That is a good idea. We could do that. Actually, to be honest with you, we've had that exact same set of turbos that are on the Falcon now. John Booley sold us a pair of them pieces of shit, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And we took a pair of, well, I'll tell you what, they're right here. These are, God, if I can get it out of there. These are box stock Borg-Warner. You see how well that thing's chewed up, that impeller wheel? Chewed to freaking pieces. It's eaten a couple of things over its lifetime. These old box stock cast wheel journal bearing Borg-Warner divided housing S366 turbos are smaller than the turbos that are currently on that Falcon. These are 66s. The Falcon has a 71 millimeter inducer wheel. And these ugly old pieces of shit right here were a tenth and 3 or 4 mile an hour faster on this truck than those S371s. And the S371s are what's on the Falcon right now. So technically, if we wanted to pick the damn thing up, we could probably put those on it and pick it up. And those are just stock S366s. But we've got a set of Precisions upstairs that we took off the S10 we could put on the Falcon. Just need to take the time to do it. Oh, let's see here. No, I never recommend blocking off power valves in a carburetor. Only in the back. Gearheads TV 93. Do you recommend blocking off power valves in a 750 on a 406? It would have to be an extremely hot running 406. A 750 on a 406 is a little small unless it's a mild 406. I would say if it's 600 to 700 horsepower and above, a 750 is too small. But to answer your question, I don't really ever recommend blocking off power valves. Matthew Young, thank you very much. How's Jackie? I don't know. I haven't talked to Jackie in a while. Thanks, Kevin. Did the LS motor show you something? Yeah. They still sound like a boat out of water. They run good, but they sound like a boat out of water.
Are you still hating?
No, I'm not hating. I'm just being honest. They're all right. Keith S. Are you personally sick of turbos? Absolutely not. Do you miss nitrous? Absolutely not. Do you think about blowers and pro chargers? Absolutely not. No, I would never go back to nitrous. What size exhaust housing? Hey Billy, what size is the exhaust housing on those S366s? Do you remember?
I think there are 96.
96 AR. Michael Merrill, I can tell you that I get thousands and thousands and thousands of friend requests and messages every week, and they all pretty much start the same way. Hey man, love the channel. Can I ask you some questions? And if I answered every single one of those, I would literally never get anything done. I just can't, I physically cannot answer all the messages anymore. They're 94s. Let's talk about that rig in front of me. It's a 8.0 Monster GT chassis with a 55 Ford F100 body on it. What rear end is under Billy's S10? It has a Mosier 9-inch with 370 gears and a spool. Oh, let's see here. How did you and your wife Vicky? Oh, how did your wife Vicky get the nickname Squirrely? She's got a lot of nicknames. I don't know. I come up with all kinds of stupid shit. Oh my God, is it a fab or regular 9-inch? It is a regular 9-inch housing. It's not a fab 9. Have you guys spoke with Mike? He is an amazing person. Mike who? Why twin turbo, not a single? A single to keep the truck, to keep the corner weights on the truck right. I'll have to put a single in the center, and that really screws up everything for a radiator and all that. It's easier to put twins on. Plus they spool faster and they recover faster if you have to pedal it. We'd love to come to Thunder Valley. Hawaii in the house. All of your cars. Which is Allison going to get a Holly computer to run her car? Yes, it'll have a Terminator on it. It'll be fuel injected. Some of these are yes, I've run a Lenati cam before. I've only had one though. The Nova's in storage. They're asking about your Nova. It's in storage right now because we don't have enough room in the shop for everything that we own.
Gotta build another barn.
We got to build another barn. Mike Lau, he is a badass. Yes, he is. He does a very good job on those LS engines. What's your thoughts on pump E85? Cody McCoy. It's good for a street motor. It's good for up to probably 20 pounds of boost, non-intercooled, nothing more than that. And I wouldn't expect much out of it on nitrous. I can tell you that. I don't think I would ever recommend anybody spraying on E85. How many cubic inches is the Falcon? It's 370, isn't it?
370.
Do you think that a 320?
Less than this one now.
Do you think that a 325 gear would be way too highway for something like the S10? It would be all right if it had a 3-speed like a Turbo 400.
30, 51 cubic inches less than that.
Who's faster, Molly's Mustang or the 55? Depends on who's driving Molly's Mustang.
Molly's Mustang's definitely faster.
Molly's Mustang is extremely fast if it depends on who's driving it.
Sometimes she drives it fast, sometimes she drives it slow. It just depends on how she's feeling.
When you purchased the Falcon, did you ever think it would be as successful as it has been? That's a question for you, Junior.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. The Falcon, in all honesty, the guy that built the Falcon, all he really needed was the right people behind him to video and help him dial the suspension in, and he just didn't really have that. I mean, it's just one of them things where he just didn't have enough.
I had faith in it before I went and tested it, and that first pass I made, I lost some faith. And then I regained faith again when I made changes and it reacted real well.
Yeah. What is the plan for another shop? What size are you thinking about? As big as we can possibly fit in my backyard?
60 by 80.
60 by 80. What happens if Billy drives the Falcon?
It'll win too. It'll win with Tommy, it'll win with me, it don't matter.
Why turbo then nitrous? We're not going back to nitrous. Yes, we did spray Tommy's truck on E85, and that's exactly why I said I don't recommend it. Oh my God. Richie Stein versus Tommy in a race. Who do you think would win?
Tommy.
Depends where.
It depends on where, what surface. Back into the track, I could say that's going to be a good race. On the front side, I don't know. I think probably Richie Stein on the front side of a track, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how fast Richie's car is.
He does very well.
Yeah, he does.
At his tune-ups on the backside.
Tim Gabbard says Billy looks tired.
Good marking.
Nobody has any idea what this shit takes.
I can tell you what it takes. It takes everything you got and every penny you've got, and it takes every minute that you're willing to give to it.
I think me and Matt just knocked out like 300 orders. Probably 200 orders. Midnight, 1 in the morning. And we've been up for we've been basically working on this thing non-stop for 3 days straight. I mean,
How
that's
come
been
you
sleeping.
how come you guys don't carry a spare set of wheels and slicks? Greetings from California. Well, we had an extra pair of wheels with slicks until Billy didn't tie them down on top of Suburban real good one day, and then one of them fell off and we lost it, and we've never seen it again.
They were banned anyway.
They bent down.
Do you think you can handle the continued pressure of YouTube and racing at the current pace since the channel has taken off? Yes, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, this is basically what we do for a living now. Not basically, it is what we do for a living now. I mean, we get up every day and we have to do something every day. We have to be productive every day. And we have to film it every day, and I have to edit it every day. The kids don't upload every day like I do. I do everything on my phone. So it's a little bit easier for me to be highly productive because my videos aren't as high quality as Billy's and Tommy's are. But in order for me to make a living at it, I have to pump a video out almost every day because I don't have the following that Billy has. Would you spray nitrous with the turbos? If I had to. If I absolutely had to, I would, but I wouldn't do it any other way, or I don't know why you would need to if you had their thing set up right. What's the story behind your burns? What happened? That's a good question. I don't know why anybody would care. So me and Billy were on a job site one time, and the gas company didn't mark the gas services that I had called in, and we hit one, and I jumped out of the excavator with a shovel, and I was digging back on the gas service. I could hear it hissing. The shovel hit a rock, sparked, lit the gas service, and it's like a blowtorch. When you hit a gas service and it's lit, it's like a blowtorch. And I was standing right in it, and it burnt almost all the skin off my right hand up to my elbow, and it burnt half my face really bad. So that's the story behind the burns on my arm. Will y'all take the Falcon to the pad? Yeah, we'd love to.
Just talking about that.
What turbos for Billy's Nova? Billy's Nova, the turbos are already here. We've had them for a while. They're forced inductions. They're twin 88s, but I think they're still in the box. Those two boxes right there with the yellow tape, those are two brand new forced induction 88 millimeter turbos for the Nova. Does YouTube pay more than the dirt business?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you guys running E85 in the nitrous fuel tank on Tommy's truck? No. Ohio Street Channel? No. I always used racing gas. We sprayed with gas. That is one of the 2 forced induction.
Hurts my head.
Yeah,
Pretty big.
it's pretty big. That is one of the 2 forced induction 88 millimeter turbos for the Nova.
Have you seen these turbos yet, Matt?
Hey Matt, come here and look at this.
The turbos for the Nova?
Man, I didn't know you guys got some turbos for my Nova. That's dope. Damn. Those things are massive.
2 of them.
2 of those?
Yeah.
How many cubic inches?
540.
Steve Speak, how do you think the Falcon will do at Dig or Die? I think the Falcon will do extremely well at Dig or Die. That car, that's what that car is built for.
Yeah, more than that. Let's take
Dalton
a guess.
McMaster, thank you very much. He's sending Frisbees for June and Chevy. Chevy's in the house with Weasel Pig. June sticks with me like glue.
160. How much you guys think that turbo weighs?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
What cubic inch is Billy's Nova? It'll be a 540.
75?
75.
That's the
150 pounds of turbos.
crutch. Billy's Nova will be a 540 cubic inch all aluminum big block. Dart block. What heads are on that motor?
A profiler, like 370s, I think.
Let's see. Are you going to LS swap the S10? Absolutely freaking not. Why would we want to do that? God, what a terrible question. Has Billy ever thought about getting his own little 5-speed Mustang and doing something with that?
I thought about doing one just to like drive around and just beat the hell out of, but not really.
Adam Taylor, do you guys have fan mail address? P.O. Box 410, Kirkersville, Ohio 43033. That's our P.O. Box. Why so much hate on the 5.3 LS? Okay, so my personal opinion of a 5.3 LS is it's a glorified 305 small block Chevy. It has a terrible bore to stroke ratio. I don't like this.
Go 420s in the 8.
Yeah, I understand that.
5, small block Chevy.
Yeah, I understand that. I just, the 5.3 has a small bore and you're straddled with this teeny tiny bore diameter that requires you to run small valves, and you have to just throw tons of boost at them and make them run, and I'm just not a big fan of them. What's the Booley beef? Booley's an asshole. I think everybody knows that. Booley talked us into spending about $4,000 on a camshaft, turbos, and new pistons to make the truck go faster. It slowed us down 3/10 and cost us endless problems, head gaskets, and all kinds of problems. And he blamed the carburetor. And we basically took everything out of it that Booley sold us and put these old 66 millimeter Borg Warner turbos back on, and it picked up 1/10 and, well, it picked up 2/10 and 3 or 4 mile an hour. And then Booley blamed it on me and my tune-up and blamed the carburetor and everything else. So piss on John Booley. I'll never buy another damn thing from him. Have you ever tried any other traction compound other than stripper glitter? Yeah, we originally were on Skinnies. Billy made some of his own for a while. But as far as traction compound, I'll give you guys a little inside scoop. Stripper glitter has a new compound coming out at some point. I don't want to say too much, but we tested it the other day at Pacemakers and it was incredible. It's actually purple. Lost my pops a year ago. Watching your channel reminds me of him. Love how you help and teach your kids ins and outs. Thanks, Stan Davis. I appreciate that, brother. I'm sorry about you losing your dad. What is a good all-around slick that will last? Phoenixes. In all honesty. A Phoenix stiff sidewall is a combination of a Mickey Thompson for 60 foot and a Hoosier for really bad surfaces. It's like the best of both worlds, a Phoenix. I love Mickeys, but I'm a believer in these Phoenixes, I can tell you that. My favorite picture of the truck on the wall, let me see. My favorite picture of the truck on the wall is probably this one right here. That was taken at the pad when Billy raced that tube chassis Camaro.
30 orders today. Huh? Had like 30 orders today.
Have y'all heard about JJ DeBoss's hand drop race? We've raced at a couple of them, I think.
I'll never see them anymore.
We raced at JJ's arm drop at what was that? Is that in Georgia we went to? Cottonwood. What's Billy's channel name? Are you serious? James Dooley. Come on, man.
It's Whistling Diesel.
Seriously? I mean, I can't imagine nobody knows what Billy's channel is. Billy's channel is Street Racing Channel. These must be the old codgers that follow me. The most money we've ever won in a single race.
$30.
Don't be a smart ass. I know you're tired, but don't be a smart ass. 10,000 at Mags. That night we won 10 grand at Mags.
Yeah, I guess so.
Eric Mark, I'm still talking with Nolan Jamora from Iski. In fact, he just emailed or he texted me about 15 minutes before I started this live. What happened when Billy missed third in Molly's Mustang? Billy's a non-driving retard.
So the shifter handle came loose.
Oh, here we go.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah. Every time Molly misses a gear, it's the shifter handle.
She doesn't
or the
miss
clutch.
Gears. She doesn't miss gears. She just is very slow between gears sometimes. Like she's very careful not to upset the car.
I will say that the night we took it down the street, it was like 2 shifts and the shifter handle was like in your hand.
Yeah.
What do you run for skinnies up front? Billy's truck has, what are,
H 28 by something, 4.5.
Billy's truck has M&H's on it because he's got these stupid looking 17-inch rims he put on the front of it, which I can't stand personally. Turbo 10 88S10. What's a good small block Chevy for an all motor build? An all motor small block Chevy will be the biggest cubic inch you could possibly build. Raise the camshaft up, put a 4-inch stroke in it. You want as many cubic inches as you can get. Mullet Man Racing, do you run tubes in the rear? If so, why? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. So I'll just repeat this, guys. The question is, do you run tubes in the rear tires? And if so, why? The answer is yes. We do run tubes in the rear tires. The reason is because the power that this thing makes and the weight that this thing is, the sidewalls of the tire and taking the shock of the tire when the trans brake releases, but it would also have to carry the weight. If the front tires are off the ground, that means all the weight is on the rear tire, and in fact it would be even more than the physical weight of the truck horses. So we run a tube inside the slick to help carry the weight of the truck and allow and flex the way it needs to. The other thing is the tube acts like a radial. It acts like an inner liner And what you can't see, that's a good question. What you can't see is when the tire wrinkles down here, the sidewall wrinkles, it actually distorts the tread pattern on the ground below the tire. You can't see it, but it does. So the tube inside the tire helps to distribute pressure evenly across the tread pattern under the axle and helps keep the tire planted firmly and keeps the tread pattern evenly distributed. So, does Molly need to teach Bill how to drive a stick? That's funny. Do you ever think about getting into RC drag racing? Yes, I did. Oh God. I've had 2 or 3 people ask, have you ever thought about getting into RC drag racing? Yes. Billy and I built this. I don't have a body for it anymore. Billy actually used the body on another chassis that he sold. But this is my RC drag car. It's nitro powered. It's got a 3.3 Traxxas engine on it. On E85, what was your ideal air-fuel ratio? Joe Allen, that's a good question. It's been so long now, I can't remember. I'm thinking we tried to stay around, God, I hate to say now. You know, Billy walked outside. I can't remember what we tried to run air-fuel. I'm thinking 11.0, 11.2. Jesus Christ, there's almost 1,600 people on here. I'm gonna get off here pretty soon, guys, but I'm gonna keep answering the questions. Mobb Deep's playing right now. How many passes are you getting out of Phoenix tires? All right, so I just explained to everybody why we run tubes, and another reason is the tube helps save the sidewall. Generally, you'll beat the sidewall out of a tire and the sidewalls will wear out before the tread does. So if you're running a tube and you're running the proper air pressure, you'll get more runs out of your tires than you will if you're not running tubes and not running the proper air pressure. But to answer your question, we can run 30 passes on them before they fall off. Harley Buffalo, do you make more money off YouTube if we watch the ads? I really don't know, buddy. I don't know. I'm sure it probably does help if you do watch the ads. Mountain Dew or Code Red? Mountain Dew. Would you suggest Ignite E90 for 20 plus pounds of boost? Cody McCoy, yes, I would. We ran Ignite E90 for a long time in the truck. However, if you're not intercooled, every engine's different, but if you're not intercooled on E85, and depends on whether you're carbureted or fuel injected, we were non-intercooled blow-through carbureted, and we would run into problems even on Ignite Red at around 25 pounds of boost was about the most we would be able to get by with non-intercooled, and that was with the intake air temperatures hovering 270 degrees. Let's see here. Race in the Woods, that's in Indiana. Mike Montgomery, Limpy said something about Race in the Woods. Hey, Matt, where's Race in the Woods at? That's at Brown County, isn't it?
Race in the Woods?
War in the Woods.
It's in Indiana.
Yeah, that's Indiana. That's Brown County. What's your favorite RC car that you own? I don't know. I got a bunch. But I guarantee it's one of these on the wall here. Now that you have been to a couple dig or die events, would you think the Falcon or the S10 will hang there till the end? The S10 has already hung in there till the end. We've been in a final. No, wait. Were we? No, we were in the final 8. We didn't make it to the final. We ran Mike Gunter at what, 8 cars? So we ran Mike Gunter at 8 cars. And do you remember how much Billy lost by? Was it a car? I think Billy lost to Mike Gunter by a car. At the last Dig or Die, and he was at 8 cars, and Mike Gunter ended up winning the whole thing. Mike, for what it's worth, Mike said that that was the toughest race he had the whole day, was that S10. And I can tell you that on the back end of the track surface, the Falcon is better than the S10, without question. Curtis Chapman, yeah, our family's been very blessed. We ran it, and Billy and Matt, wave to the fans, Matt. Matt stayed here. Well, he's actually living in my driveway right now.
True story. I bought a house on wheels just so I could do that.
Matt's mobile home is sitting out here with the generator running. Oh, there's the Dodger, and there's his motorhome. Come on in here, June. Will you guys be at Midnight Madness Saturday night? Yes, we will. How much money is in the S10? I don't know. Wheelchair Willie, thank you, man. I appreciate that. No, I've never been to Terre Haute, Indiana. That's hack though. Ohio Racing Channel says, hi, Matt.
What's up, Ohio Racing?
M1 fuel versus E85. What's your opinion? Corey Wilcox. That depends on the application. If it's a strictly racing application, M1 every single time. Obviously, if it's a street car application, E85, no question. Matt's truck got a 5.3. Yes, his has a 5.3 in it.
Gen 3, 5.3, cam only.
Cam only, 5.3 with a little nitrous. Yeah, Jimmy, we'll come back to Fort Worth, Texas soon. Maybe this winter. No, Rob, we're not going to Cincy Street Nights. I'm sorry.
They're doing prep this week.
Yeah, they're prepping and allowing all kinds of foolishness down there. I'm not into that. All right, guys, so I'm going to try and hop off here. June Pup's standing here staring at me. She's ready to go to bed. What time is it, Matt?
It's 2 a.m.
Holy shit, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and there's 1,500 people on here.
And we still got to get up, take the turbo kit apart, retorque the heads, and load up, head to the track tomorrow.
All right, guys. Nitrous going on the Dart? No, we're going to put turbos on it. Well, it might end up with nitrous on it before the turbos get there. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here. Hang on. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. It's pretty late. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's 1,500 people watching. I really appreciate you crazy asses that stay up this late to watch a live feed out here in my garage. Listen, man, I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches the channel. If you haven't, subscribe to SRC Photo on YouTube. Subscribe to DNR Auto on YouTube. Most of you are probably already subscribed to Chief and Jackie's channel, Midwest Street Cars. They've been very good to us. I would consider them personal friends. So, thank y'all. We love everybody. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we're testing. So I'll probably have another video up tomorrow. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all. Good night. We love you all very much.